Hello everyone, this is Rick Hart from Big Communications and AdZoo. Thought we'd have a little discussion and put together a series of videos that will help explain online marketing and how you can take advantage of it. Here's what you're going to learn today. Why I think online marketing is better. You're going to learn how keywords work. Understanding keywords is the key to knowing how to take advantage of online marketing. We're going to learn how Google ranks websites. They're the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and you've got to learn how to feed the gorilla. We're going to learn how to get on that first page of Google. So important. We're going to learn the basics of search engine optimization and what you can and maybe can't do sometimes as it relates to taking advantage of SEO. We're going to learn what pay-per-click is. Google's version is called AdWords, and we're going to learn how that works and why it may fit sometimes in your particular marketing strategy. And then finally, we're going to take a look at an online marketing blueprint that you can use to determine what tactics you may want to use so you can fully take advantage of online marketing. The New York Times said, "Search advertising is probably the most effective form of marketing ever invented." Now that's a pretty powerful statement from someone who is in the newspaper advertising business. So you got to ask yourself, why would they say that? In my opinion, there's 5 reasons why they would say something like that. First of all, more and more people are searching online. They're using it to find products and services, using search engines. Traditional forms of marketing are dying, and we'll talk a little bit about why that's the case. Search marketing has the lowest customer acquisition cost of any form of marketing, any form of advertising, so we'll talk about that. Online marketing is trackable. You can know exactly where people in your sales are coming from. And you're meeting your prospect at the right time, and this is so important. We'll explain why that's a major change in how things work. Now, first of all, of those we just talked about, more and more people are using search engine. Here's some stats for you to think about. In 2006, there were 2.7 billion searches per month done in search engines. By 2009, that was up to 61 billion searches done per month. That's almost over a 20-fold increase, and you got to figure that that's just going to go up. It's not going to go down. So that's just tells you where people are moving to. Traditional forms of marketing are dying, and you got to ask yourself why. And the reason is people are tired of being bombarded with marketing messages. They've just been deluged with messages from all types of places. And here's a good example. Take TV advertising. Today, over the course of 10 hours, American viewers will see 3 hours worth of advertisements, and that number is twice as much as it was in the 1960s. And we get more junk mail too. We get more telemarketing calls. As a result, we just put up a wall. It's really that simple. The wall is up, and we just don't want to get advertising. And underlying this whole concept is the fact that it's using something I call interruption marketing. You're trying to get people's attention while they're busy doing something else. I mean, how effective can that be? So we'll talk about why online marketing and search advertising is much better than that. Now, take a look at all these forms of interruption marketing, and you see the walls that we put up. We just don't use newspaper like we used to. We bypass TV commercials with DVRs and TiVo. We put ourselves on the do not call list so we don't get bothered on the phone. Direct mail goes right in the trash. Print ads, from a point of view of an advertiser, just getting so expensive, and people are moving away from it for reasons we'll talk about in a second. Email, just not as effective because it's spam software gets in the way. So all of these forms of advertising are becoming less effective because our wall is up. It's really that simple. Now, one of the important things to remember and understand is that search advertising has the lowest customer acquisition cost of any advertising. And let's take a look at some of the trackable marketing that you can kind of get a sense of how much it costs. Direct mail costs $70 per customer. Email marketing costs $60 for a new customer. Yellow Pages about $20 for a new customer. And when it comes to internet search advertising, it's down to about $8.50 to acquire a new customer. That's a big reason right there why you got to think about internet search as a form of advertising for your business. And the other nice thing is online marketing is trackable. Everything that happens on your website and through your campaigns can be tracked via an analytics setting. So you can know exactly who came to your website, how they got there, and what they did while they were there. So it's entirely so much more powerful than the typical forms of marketing that we've used in the past. But I think the most important reason why online advertising and online marketing is better, because when someone goes to Google and searches for products and services, they are actively looking to buy. That's so important. So you're meeting them as a small business owner at the ideal time to share your solution. That's just so powerful. And now let's take a look at this cartoon. It kind of gives you an idea of how everything has changed. This is the old paradigm. This is the old way that those forms of marketing work. So when a business owner wants to go catch some new customers using things like direct mail and newspaper ads and all those other forms of interruption marketing, what he's really doing is taking a chance that he's going to catch his customer at a bad time. He's going to interrupt them when they're really not open to a message. And so this is where the paradigm has completely changed. And stop and think. How does search advertising change this paradigm? Think about it. Who's doing the fishing now? Yes, the customer is in charge. They're the ones that are doing fishing. And if you're a business, and this business owner should be a lot happier because he's meeting that customer at the ideal time. And notice how happy that customer is. They're in charge. They're in control. They love the fact that they don't have to be bombarded with messages. Now they get to control the message. So if they don't want to listen to the message, they can go to the next website. So again, the point of this all is that what does an advertiser these days need to do to take advantage of online marketing? So the question becomes, how do we get caught? And that's really the heart of what all our online strategies must be about. How do we get caught? In the next video, we'll talk about exactly how you do that. So stay tuned and look for the next video.